we go. Okay, cool. So, yeah, Harthstone Isles was well, it still is a little project which we were somehow able to complete. It is set up in the. Actually, hang on. Let me a little bit here, a little there, while we can actually walk through it. I need to make it a bit more silent on my end because it is very loud. But yeah, so this mod was created by the students of the Arcane University, and it took quite a bit from start to finish, but in the end we did finish, surprisingly enough. Who's Makeda and what's your RP? Dragonborn, I don't know, adventurer. That's all you're getting, Aiden. We're not some power hungry or powerful demigod. We're just like some random bloke who's been who in search of fame and fortune went out and was hired by the East Empire Company, because that is actually what this mod is all about. We will be able to learn about a little let's call it a side hustle started by Lady Morgulda Galarian of the Elder Council. For those that know that name, you're still here. But yeah, I'm now making my way down south because that is where the original world encounter is taking place. Or like not a world encounter, but just like two blokes just hanging around, just hanging out, and they will be able to just show us where we are, everything. They will show us how to get to the Harthstone Isles, and they will actually inform us about the Harthstone Isles. But yeah, if you're using like chat, make sure to use the dedicated lecture hall chat, not the in-voice chat, if that makes sense. Simply because I can't have both open at the same time. Discord cannot keep up. Okay, that is odd. But yeah, no, I've got it. So OBS is still recording on my end. That should be fine. But yeah, it's pretty well. Okay, cool. Yeah, Dementius offered being like a second capture person in case OBS decides to pull a Skyrim and break. You can't pop up the stream to full screen. There should be a bottom right corner thing. Okay, I mean, okay, fair enough. If it breaks, it's on me, not on these. That's odd. Okay, but yeah, OBS is there, at least. Yeah, everything. We're off to a wonderful start. Oh, what? Yeah, it's actual chat. So it's a bit on the odd side, but oh well. When they're supposed to be here? Am I blind? It's a different one, isn't it? I thought it was the one. Oh, I think I. Hang on. Let me actually up the music now a bit more. Audio master. Okay, let's make master a bit hard. Let's just turn everything down except for the voices, so that we can actually hear the lovely voice. Yeah, the lovely like intro sequence.
Finish construction. I wouldn't want to ruin my manicure.
Oh, we missed the okay. Anyways, let's chat with them, shall we? With Vanillianus and with Carmelius.
Always make sure to check a bath's temperature before you enter it. You wouldn't want to risk blisters on your beautiful body. Oh yes, that thing. You've got to know, the Overseer was really not our type. Terribly demanding and clingy, if you ask me. Tried to recruit Caramelius and me for some project born out of the whims of Lady Galeron. You've never heard of Lady Galeron? Her beauty products are renowned all across the Empire. The next time you are in a more civilized region of Tamriel, you should definitely pick up a bottle or two of her magical lotion. Oh, us two? We've just returned from a strenuous hike across the Velothi Mountains. The Dunmer of Morrowind make wonderful ash lotions. Your skin will shine brighter than Secunda on a gorgeous night. And, well, the hot springs here in Eastmarch are the best way to relieve some pent-up stress.
Oh yeah, that's very nice.
Be safe on your travels.
Thank you.
Would be a shame seeing that body of yours all wounded and bruised.
Oh dear. Yeah. So those two have made their way. I mean, last time we chatted with them, they were over in the Reach, and they were on their way to the Miss Hammerfell contest. And it seems now that they've returned after going through the Velothi Mountains. I've got no clue how they managed to leave for Hammerfell and then arrive from the Velothi Mountains, but I'm sure that they had a good plan and a good exercise to it.
Oh my, come to soak in the springs of Eastmarch with us? Well, isn't that obvious? Look around you. Skyrim might be a harsh and unforgiving place, but the hot springs work wonders for your skin. Ah, if only all the Nords in their powerful bodies were as fond of hot springs and baths as they should be. You are more than welcome to join us if you'd like. Oh, that. Yes, the East Empire Company started a small project somewhere in the Sea of Ghosts. I think they finally decided to explore a set of isles they found in the far north a while ago. Oh, they are still recruiting. They even offered me and Vanellianus a spot, but all that work would seriously mess with our dieting plan. And besides, we were planning on taking to Argonia soon. I heard they have wonderful mud baths there. If you are interested in joining them, there should be one of their pamphlets in my backpack. It's right next to my armor. You are free to take the pamphlet. The water is so comfortable, I don't feel like standing up and getting it.
Oh, interesting. So, apparently now there's a construction project up north, far, far out in the Sea of Ghosts. And, well, these two chaps have been recruited, but they don't feel like it. And since we've got literally nothing better to do, let's check out the pamphlet that they talked about. Don't want to steal their clothing. That'd be very rude. So let's check out the pamphlet of recruitment. To all able-bodied citizens of the Empire and beyond, these Empire Company, under the behest of the beautiful Lady Morgulda Galeran, seeks to expand the borders of the Empire onto a new horizon. To the far north, there exists an archipelago, currently known as the Harthstone Isles. Discovered through the exploits of daring sailors, we are recruiting workers and laborers to establish a place that fully utilizes the geothermal phenomenons unique to these islands. Furthermore, we would like to use this occasion to discredit any rumors spread with ill intent. The Harthstone Isles were not found by a drunk sailor who got lost in the Sea of Ghosts, and they certainly won't be used as the Honourable Lady Galeran's private wellness resort. Any people who are suspected of spreading such rumors will be sent to the Imperial City Prison. Signed, Lady Morgulda Galeran. So, yeah, that's quite the, I don't want to say thread, but quite the call to action, if I do say so myself. And luckily for us, there's a little boat at the Windhelm docks which we can take to go to the Harthstone Isles ourselves. So, let's go back north, just the way we came. Which I can take as a quick second to talk a bit more about the project and the project history. So, we started, I want to say 9 months ago, and it started out with a vision. So, before Harthstone Isles, we had Hestra's Nest as a project, which sent us all the way up to this area of the map, and it was a very big valley. Mistakes were made. It was a very big exterior world space. We learned from it. We tried to have a smaller scope, and accidentally we made an even bigger world space. Whoops. we thought that, hey, since these are isles, we can keep the islands small and just have like boats connecting the isles. But we forgot about the fact that those like water areas also need some working and some nav meshing, and that took a bit longer than expected. So there's probably going to be next time, and next time we're going to make it smaller. And we still got to see what we do, like thematically, but that's gonna be fun. Maybe we can even keep like the 6-month schedule again. Who knows? Would be cool if we could. And if not, you'd be surprised how often 6 months. I mean, you'd be surprised how long we can stretch 6 months, and have 6 months be like actually 9 months. But yeah, so everyone is welcome to join the next project collab, assuming they underwent the. I mean, it does depend on the actual department. But I think in most cases, the department just said, oh yeah, just have like the initial assignment done. And that's what the students did for this project. We had some very new writers, some very new artists, some very new... It's 6 months and like a tiny bit. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. So we had all new students.
Staying safe, I hope?
Yes, staying very safe. Thank you very much. And yeah, no. And so basically, if you intend to join the next student collab, you'll be coached by the teachers, who are all either already well-established, modest...
Nils. I'm the cook up at Candlehearth Hall.
Good to know. Take pride. In what? Let's just not trigger her dialogue, because that is always very sad. But yeah, as a student, you will be coached from the start to the finish line by the AU leads, or the leads of the student collaboration projects. Aha, we went to the docks. Now we just gotta find the boat. I think it's one of the other ones back there. And if you somehow miss Carmelius and Vanillianis, or some necromancers had to go with them first before you could. That came out wrong. There's
Disrespect the law and you disrespect me.
Cool. There's also this little pamphlet of recruitment posted at the East Empire Company warehouse. It says East Empire Company, so there's, there's like a little pamphlet there as well. I'm not sure how they were able to launch a dagger into some stone, but they're Nords. I'm sure they were able to do that. Okay, cool. And with that, let's set sail north. Yes, this also lets you start the quest from here. Or at least, like, point you towards the little boat here. Not sure if there's any rows we can use, or oars. But onwards to beyond! And you'd be surprised at how quickly we made it to the Harthstone Isles. So, Skyrim is somewhere far, far to the south. We can't even see it anymore. And now we're here. The Harthstone Isles. Ah, finally. It took no time at all to row your boat all the way up here. Let's explore a bit, shall we? And see what the students came up with and what they all created. There's the first one, Rexus. Rexus is the overseer.
You seem familiar. Did I hire you? Doesn't matter. Welcome to the Isles. We'll make a pioneer out of you yet.
Something tells me we didn't generate pace gen data. Whoopsie. Anyways, imagine him not having a... Okay, now he's fine, I think.
Have you returned to be inspired?
Yeah.
Let me
fine.
just get my diary.
Okay, let's just chat a bit with the overseer, Rexus Lex.
To quote the late, great Titus Mede I, a king must be polygamist in the affections of his court. I've done it all, really. Surveyed the land, marked the spots, and hired a serendipitous cohort to do the less important stuff. These days, I inspire action and loyalty in those who serviate under me. Revna does the things I don't have time for.
Quite interesting.
She does? I mean, of course she does. Great leadership a great crew makes. I hope to inspire that achievementation in all of my workers.
So yeah, as you can probably already guess, he likes his very fancy words.
Fascinorolas once said, "A man kept at busy work his whole life will have lived none." It's good to focus work on critical tasks only. Speaking of, there should be an empty tent and a barrel for storage around here. Somewhere. Feel free to make it your home.
Oh, and just that.
Once you finish acquaintizing with the port, come back to me, and I'm sure I'll have something for you.
Okay, let's chat with him a bit more, and then we get on to acquaintizing us with the island.
A couple of seafarers sat down with me and had a few too many at the Winking Skeever before they left for Roscria. When they got back to Solitude, they wouldn't stop jabbering about a steaming rock out in the middle of nowhere. Said they went off course. Naturally, this was all according to my plan. Yes, exactly that. It's pretty rudimentarical as far as plans go. Give a man a drink and find his true self, they say. A heated island chain in the middle of the Sea of Ghosts? So obvious. I couldn't wait to tell Papa. Nobody was more fit for the job. Papa said as much after I told him about the Isles. You're looking at pedigree, you know. I've worked all across Tamriel, Anvil, Solitude, the Imperial City. Not one of those jobs could handle my prodigious potential. Of course, Papa knew only managing a whole island chain would be a challenge for my skills. He sent me here to build a spa for the Emperor himself. To build a new jewel for the Empire.
Interesting. Yeah. So, to me at least, it sounds like he was just completely useless on the mainland and then was like tossed off to the north. And Revner, who he, I think, already mentioned at least once or so, is like his assistant.
Revna? Quite the loyal retinuiere. She's possessed of both brains and brawn, to be sure. Although her assignments are taking a bit longer than they should. Quilon, on the other hand, is a lost cause. Even the great Tiber Septim said that useless men are kept useless. Just imagine, he's scared of catching a cold, and only dumb people catch colds. Which means that I'm, obviously, imperfluent to catching a cold.
I see. Yeah, well, okay. Let's bite the bullet and let's ask him about Papa.
What's there to say? I grew up on the outskirts of Solitude with my mother and uncle. Unremarkable, to be sure. Worked lifting lumber, mostly. But, as Caligus the Fevered once said, a man's hood. Manhood is of his own making. And look at me now.
So, yeah, it is a persuasion check. So persuasion checks are able to be, they're able to be set to like different skills, and a couple of them, and so they are easy. It's like 25 skill or 25 in speech. There's very easy for like level 10, and then there's also never fails. But yeah, Harthstone Alsmod can be downloaded mid playthrough. Just bear in mind that we don't, it's not our fault if stuff breaks. Let's chat a bit about Papa.
Papa and I have always known that life is about more than the bonds you make with loved ones. It's also about scores and career ambition. Behind every man, there is an even greater mother. You know? Papa always knew just what to say in my time of need to push me toward success. When he finally claimed me as his son, well, I was truly roused to greatness.
I think we missed something. Hang on.
What's the but? As Caligus the Fevered once said.
Yeah. Let's ask Mother's mother.
A fine humdrum woman. She and I arrived at Uncle's lumber mill after I was born. Can't remember a thing about it.
That's a shame.
Tough as nails, the old codger. Had some strange fantasies, too. On holiday, he used to tell me about my mother's old life. Said she was a night woman or some such. Whatever that means.
A vampire, clearly.
At any rate, I, too, love the night. Almost as much as the day.
I see.
Best of luck out there. Next time, let's talk about something important.
He was talking about himself all the time, so surely not something important. But yeah, so, we've already met Rexis, the Overseer. Now he's just gonna, oversee, not the port, but the other side. He's going to oversee this rock. Clearly, very important. No, he's not. He's going to oversee that port. Probably. Who knows? But we've already been offered a little tent. And, oh dear. Okay, so first of all, now the quest is done. Cool. We have arrived in the Harthstone Isles proper. We've left the port. And now, I guess it's all oyster. The world's all oyster. Yeah. And here's also this tent that he spoke about. Let's head inside to just see what's in there. Let's see, that's the back side. And there's the front. Boom! We have an actual tent with, like, working doors. Isn't that marvelous? Look at that! It's great. It's quite roomy, isn't it? We've got a chest for storage. We've got, like, a little bed for some sleeping. Got some meat. Fantastic. Cool. So let's begin our new life on the Harthstone Isles. And just see what we can find. Checking left. We've got the stew. Oh, good God, the stew. Yeah, we wouldn't want that to get cold, wouldn't it? Let's quickly grab some stew. Beef stew, hawker. You know, as a proper Nord, I always found it difficult how there's hawkers, but there's not. But there's only hawkers. I'm sure that we have someone on here who sees the hawkers as being something important. With that flap, yeah. Let's check out that house a little here. But it's not a house at all. In fact, it's a sauna. As you can see, with all these like little geothermal, like pools and geysers and whatever and whatnot, they've already started doing some construction work. It's a lovely tub, lovely stuff, some cool clothes. Let's just get dressed a bit. I'm sure these won't be missed anywhere. Gotta get into that worker spirit or vacation, whatever we want to do it. Whatever we want to do here. Paper, probably some like towels. Who knows? And this lovely little sauna with glass windows. Very nice. So this is probably the place where all the workers would hang out at night or in the evening after their arduous and bone-breaking day jobs. And I can already spot another house over there. Let's check them out as well. Let's quickly do the... There we go. This is Olo's Orchard. And you can see that some work was already started, like they cut down the tree here, they placed on a barrel there. So this spar that they've been working on, you know, it's getting there. I can already like imagine it with all the foundations being set here. Let's check out that little settlement over there. It's not a settlement. It's like, you know, a couple houses. Quite the view. And I can already tell that this is going to be like a big dungeon over there. Just look at all those pillars. The more pillar a dungeon has, the more important it is. And the bigger it is as well. Ah, yes. Relica's cottages. And this seems to be the warehouse. Some call it stockpile. Someone home? Yes, let me just quickly do a quick save here. Hello.
Welcome to what we call Essential Island, friend, where it's only essential not to get stuck here, like the rest of us.
So I should get back. Good to know.
Just got a new shipment. Take a look.
Yeah. And here we've got the, I guess, the quartermaster, because she's selling like a lot of like foodstuffs and a lot of drinks. You know, only the essentials. Mead, hawker loaf, good stuff.
Maybe, maybe not. That's for me to know, and only a select few to find out.
I want to be special.
Time will tell, dear. I suppose actions speak louder than words.
Aw. That's not fair.
Life's not fair, friend. Don't worry, though. You can have the same dull fodder as everyone else. That's right. And don't forget it either. I'm Iselotta. Everything these grunts need is right here in my storehouse. This is the finest stockpile of goods on the Isles. Without me, there'd be some pretty hungry islanders around here. Came out here as part of the East Empire Company's latest operation. They're hell-bent on turning this place into a spa, would you believe? Anyway, I'm becoming kind of a big deal in the company back on the mainland, so I found myself put in charge of vital supplies. The sooner they're finished building, the sooner I can get off this set of rocks. I think it'd be great if any of these numbskulls had the get up and go to get up and get it done. I've met more dynamic skeevers. They don't seem to care how long it takes, as long as they're getting fed, even if they do complain about my meals. If it does ever get finished, it'll either be a valuable asset for the company's tourism plans, or a great new place to wash uniforms. I'd better get a free pass for a hot soak when it opens, after all my hard work, that's for sure. Of course, not everyone could handle it. Fortunately, I'm not everyone. These people have no idea what I do for them on a daily basis. Sourcing stock, preparing rations, and cooking delicious yet nutritionally questionable meals. It's all in a day's work. Still, they find things to complain about. Ingrates. Well, according to these worldly wayfarers, my provisions could do with some more exotic flavors. I think they think this is some kind of fancy tavern, not a working settlement. They ask me constantly to include some unheard of delicacies called vegetables. It's nonsensical. They should be glad they're getting any food at all, if you ask me. I'm sorry, I don't speak whatever language that is, so I'm not even going to dignify that with a response.
That's a shame.
Look, these imaginary foodstuffs are the bane of my existence. Labourers wailing about needing carrots this and cabbages that. Look, their bowel habits just aren't my problem. A meat and cheese diet never did me any harm. My guts are like an iron vice. They never give up that easily. These workers could learn a thing or two from them. I'm obviously the one in charge around here, but I live with Alita Mare. She's the only other islander worth talking to, really. Ellie isn't much of a cook, but she's a brilliant scholar. Plus, she just loves my tasty treats. I always save the good stuff for her. Allowed? Friend, I make the rules here when it comes to supplies. Be careful you don't talk yourself out of my good books now.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, so we've got... As you can see, it seems like this place is...
Make sure you do something productive today.
Oh, I've been doing that all day today. Yeah, this is a lovely little... very well built and very robust.
Stock up here. There's nowhere else on this island to eat anyway.
But there's been stew in my tent, and that counts. But yeah, as you can see, this is where they all keep their provisions and their rations and all their very tasty meat. Very important stuff all around. You've
I
got
might have something special in stock. If you deserve it, that is.
very interesting. But yeah. I pretend didn't see that. I have no idea what that does here. But yeah.
I might have something special in stock. If you deserve it, that is.
Yeah. Quite a lovely place. It's quite nice. And we apparently also have someone with an aptitude in magic in here. Lanterns, flames. Good stuff, good stuff. Who did the interior of this? I don't know by heart. Kasala's here. Kasala's typing. Good, Kasala. Do the thing. Tell us who did these interiors. But yeah, as you can see, this is a settlement of very hard workers who are working around the clock, and yet they have the gall to be picky eaters. It's a shame, isn't it? Let's see who's in here. Oh, the headquarters. This is where the important people live. This is where the important people would live if they were here. Someone home? Hello? Nothing bad comes out of just opening up a couple doors here and there. Flash a lock. No! I will not. They even have some really good clothing for like the really cold areas. Since I'm already here, might as well. This is for when I get to the like cold areas, because this is still a quite temperate island. With all the like hot spring energy, all the hot springs over there. Some things there, but that's not important right now. So, people are busy. People are working, actually, because I can't find them since they're working somewhere. Let's see who else we can stumble upon. I probably should have opened up, like, some schedules on the side note, but... Oh, yeah, I could check for Quillen. the one guy that Rexus spoke about earlier, about him being like deathly afraid of catching a cold. But since we are smart, we will not catch any colds. Warning some of the island guests. Yeah. Let's, yeah. You have a little friend here. Yeah, as you can see, everyone's just like busy building and working here right now. But I've got no, it's obviously with people being busy, they're not at home, which is good because people are busy and people in. Just look at all the work that's gone into this spa over the last 6 hours. Like, you just can't see like it's a difference of night and day. You wouldn't imagine it, wouldn't believe it. Hello, Exus. Yes.
Have you returned to be inspired? Let me just get my diary.
Okay, you go get the diary and I go elsewhere. Okay, with everyone being busy and hard at work, I don't want to, interrupt their hard working days. So let's just check out a different little isle, because we do have quite a couple isles that we can go to. So let's try that. Let's head to the chili. Up over here. Let's go to the hearthy huts. Sounds like a fun place to be. Very hearty meals, but also very cold. Let me just quickly slip into some more comfortable gear. Perfect. We are now a bit further out east. We went, we came from the east. No, we're west. Sorry. And there's already a bit less like geothermal activity here, which means it's a bit warmer, it's a bit colder, and as such, they've taken to fishing from the looks of it, with these like brand new fish traps that are like an imperial. They are. Look at this imperial feat of engineering. You wouldn't see stuff like that over in Skyrim. Let's go to the others. Ooh, this one's been cooking something interesting here, I see.
No one on the Isles knows alchemy better than me. Don't listen to naysayers like my roommate Thalen.
That's good to know. So the Harthstone Isles are far, far, far to the north. We are currently not on Tamriel, but we are instead somewhere in the Sea of Ghosts. Let's chat a bit with the guys here.
I hope to visit Essential Isle soon. Stop by Isolota. She sells these tasty hard rations that have a strangely pleasant effect on my bowels.
Everyone's very concerned about their bowel movement, which is, better keep healthy. That's nice.
They're also a bit colder than I thought. It reminds me of home, although the Abyssian do not compare to the sea here, with all its ghosts. Still, I have barely seen the Isles. What with all the grubbing for the company? I am, but my expertise is not always appreciated, so I take on other work here and there. When I heard about a company hiring for an exciting new venture, it sounded like a good opportunity. I signed a contract and here I am, working to build up a hot spring spa. What was I thinking?
Yeah, I think we all made questionable decisions coming up here. But you have a little lovely home. I got a tent. Well, we got a tent because we're like many people in the audience here. It actually says audience. But yeah. I mean, if he's an alchemist and he's been hired, then maybe he could work as an alchemist. That'd be cool.
Hopefully. When I first asked them, they told me to stuff my herbs somewhere where the sun doesn't shine. It was meant as a test, a measure of my skills, and I showed them. My basement storage is so full that I can barely move there. As soon as the management approves, I will get my alchemy store up and running. Imagine all the old rich Imperials needing a salve for their aching joints, or Nords wanting special substances for their hot spring parties.
Mead.
I can't stand this menial banging and hammering. I'm not a brute. But I need gold. So I show up at work every now and then, while preparing remedies on the side.
Also hardworking.
The company might be onto me, though. The Altmer knows about my side business and short work days.
Not the Altmer. Oh no.
What else? Says clearly that it's ghosts and the sea. Just as forebears means ancestors who came before the bears. You people not learn to read anymore? Huh. Use your brain. Hopefully this means you will buy something.
Oh. I mean, he said about being an alchemist, so is he one?
Did somebody say I was not? Was it my haughty Altmer roommate? Don't listen to them. I've been tinkering with alchemy ever since I accidentally created a poison cloud above my home village. I'll never forget my father's face that day. Since then, I've traveled and learned a lot. There are few ingredients in Tamriel I haven't touched or tasted.
Tasted?
Yes, to get a feeling about the material, consistency, and, of course, taste. Take, for example, the sweetness of a river betty.
Last time I checked, a river betty was a fish. Not sure if fish tastes sweet.
According to whom? Anyone with a refined taste appreciates fish desserts. And slaughter fish eggs and honey. I'm not sure what you mean. We all have a right to an opinion, yes? What a question. Of course I can. I mean, isn't that what tasting is? You eat something, then comment about it. Any comment, really.
Quite interesting. So, we do have an alchemist with a very odd sense of taste. Huh. But he did mention his Altmer roommate.
Watch what you say, he might be close by. My roommate Talon works for the company like me. Curator, they say. I think he's really here to keep all the workers in check. Notice how he's always nose deep in the books? Likely scribbling down some nasty reports on me. He's been keeping some of these on his bed, barely letting them out of sight. And when he turns them in, Hansi's balls, I need a plan for that now. I doubt you believe that one yourself. Don't speak to Thalon. He'd probably write a report on you behind your back.
You know, now that you said it, I think I will. Hello, Talon.
Always interesting to spot a new face around here. Care to chat, perhaps?
Sure.
I am the one who curates things, living, otherwise, and everything in between. Books, or text in any form for that matter. Combing through the text, looking out for bumps in the flow, inconsistencies, or leaps in logic. Even dodgy syntax if I'm dealing with an amateur. Well now, think about it from a philosophical point of view. Dead things don't carry a will, but books in fact do. The will of their authors.
That's got a point.
They are the essence of a living thing, and books very often carry wills, whether their author realizes it or not. Those wills are in a purgatorial state, that is, until they pass on to their reader, though what the reader makes of them is another matter entirely. With that in mind, next time you read something of substance, try to glimpse at the will hiding within the words.
Quite interesting. Yeah, actually, let's do what who's the dear said we shouldn't do and actually talk about him.
Don't tell anyone I said this, but I'm not terribly concerned with the efficiency of the workers, or Huzadir himself for that matter. I've witnessed superior ones in both raw talent and experience, though, to Huzadir's benefit, they're nowhere to be seen in the Isles. Aside from that, his produce is pretty much your standard city alchemist fare from what I've seen. Is that what he told you? You know what? Let him stay on that trail of thought. There's no end to the ways I can mess with him if that's the case.
Messing with someone is fun.
Don't forget to give the spa a visit while you're on the Isles. If you get lucky, I might curate your anatomy as well.
I'd rather not. But yeah. Hello, he's dear. And since Chad already made us aware of this one, it looks like Huzdir is a fan of poetry. Let's have a little look, shall we? Yeah, this notebook contains several drafts of love poems. Most of them not very good. The candlelight in your eyes is warm like a day on sun's height, burning brightly. No, not burning. Glowing? Shining? Blinding me with your beauty? Yes, that's it. My heart's silent sorrow is the forbidden love locked away forever, with the seal on my heart by a cruel heartlessness. Note: good repetition of word heart really gets the message across. She will love it, I'm sure. Snowberries are red, jasper is blue, turnips always taste sweet, and I long for you. That's nice. She was bones up good at this. Maybe instead of alchemy, I should take up work as a local bard, winning hearts all over the Isles. Oh. Well, looks like he's a bit of an author himself.
You wouldn't happen to be carrying a piece of text that's of any significance, hmm?
No. Oh yeah, they've got quite a cozy place here. And as you can see, Talon's very he could have a bit more of a a thing. Another one here. Quite a lot of scrolls and everything. But I suppose that a curator has to also curate a lot of notes and everything. Huh. How lovely this here. That is like a family portrait. Just look at them. How lovely. Oh yeah, so this is one of the workers' houses. A curator who curates, and an alchemist who alchemists. I'm sure that there's another one somewhere here as well. Oh. We do have a bit of fire here. Their little path. Oh no, garden. How lovely. Birds as well. Very loud birds, but birds nonetheless. Oh, this seems to be just another little settlement thing. I see they're still busy. Building their hearty huts. But they've got wood. They have loads and loads of wood to choose from. They could go with this tree or that tree. I'm sure that they'll be able to finish this house in no time flat if their work on the spa is anything to go by. Even with a lovely little view outside at the icebergs and the fishing stuff over there and the hawkers. Oh, we can't forget about the hawkers. Let's see if someone's still here. Hello? Oh. I think I'm probably coming in a bit late. Don't want to disturb the workers. Just look at that lovely teapot there. But yeah, they're all busy. They're trying to rest from a very tiring day. Let's just wait for them to wake up. It's midnight. Let's have a little sit by the fire. Or what we can also do is just explore the island a bit while we're waiting for them to wake up and to get back up and back in the swing and everything. And just explore a bit and just see what this island is all about. Because it is, it seems very cold, and I think with our clothing we are more than well equipped for the journey up top. And you can see, we are very far north, so things are very cold here. But there's still Hawkers too to go through, which is very good. And in the east there you can see the island where we came from. And the big and important ruin over there as well. Oh yeah, I'm sure that the Hawker stew is made from real Hawker. Although I suppose it does depend on what you think of as a Hawker. If you ask some people, their definition of Hawker is a very broad term. Ooh, getting quite far up here. We can get a lovely view over not only the isle, but also like all the other isles. Oh, good God. That's probably not the right way to go. Oh, that is the right way to go. Ah yeah, we've arrived at the Seaside Serpent's Spire. A lovely big lighthouse, or a little pier, to just serve as it serves as a lighthouse, so that anyone daring to cross the seas can do like a wrong turn right and end up here. I'm sure that the East Empire Company would love to have some more workers. And there's another isle a bit further north, which you can definitely check out later as well. And oh God! So that is where the mammoths went. Quite interesting. Let's head back down and see if we can talk with the NPCs after they've woken up. We can probably like snag a little Hawker stew at their. Don't want to jump down there. You could die. Don't want to make like a hawk and soar through the air, because unlike a hawk, I don't think we can fly that well. Yeah, it's quite a lovely place. Just head back down here. I'm probably going to the wrong way, aren't I? No, it's the right way. Ooh, how interesting. This feels like the wrong way. But yeah, so this island is very beautifully made. Oh, there's even another, clearly a hawker up there. See, this is what happens if you, this is what happens if you try to remove the sea out of the hawker. You can get the hawker out of the sea, but you can't get the sea out of the hawker. Else, well, that happens. And that didn't sound bad. That didn't look all too healthy for the hawker. I'm sure there's someone here who agrees with me in that regard. Oh. They should have a couple more ratings here, to be honest. Some drunkard could just like stumble down and not fall to the death, but you know, just like slip and everything, and that's a workplace hazard. So yeah, so for the time being, let's just enjoy a bit of tea, a little charting map there, and just wait for everyone else to wake up again.
These islands look promising. Maybe instead of buying an inn in Dawnstar, I can build one here.
Oh, interesting. So this is Azuk Rugop, and from his like his outfit, I'm sure he's got something to do with like Hawkers. But first, let's ask him a bit about his like backstory. Backstories are always fun to explore.
I hail from Dawnstar. Although I grew up in the Dushnik Jarl in Skyrim, I ran away from there when I was young.
Oh, that's a shame.
If you believe in rumors, I joined it to escape from Dawnstar. Some overly emotional chef performed a black sacrament on me. His pumpkin-sized ego got bruised when I threw away his walk of pie in the trash. It was so undercooked that I was about to vomit. Unlike what Chef Cousteau says, not everybody can cook. But on a serious note, I joined it to fulfill my dream. I want to buy the Wind Peak Inn at Dawnstar and become an innkeeper. The East Empire Company pays me well for my services here on the islands. Hopefully, I would have enough saved to buy the inn from Thorin.
So this is like an innkeeper to be.
Hawker meat. The assortment of spices in my special secret ingredient will make it a delicate cuisine. If you are a chef, no matter how good a chef you are, it's not good cooking for yourself. The real joy is in cooking for others. After all, the belly rules the mind. Personal questions are off limits.
Oh, that's a shame. But yeah, so we have an innkeeper to be. And someone else who we gonna have a little chat with as well.
You cannot hunt a hawker when you're angry. Always be calm and patient.
Cheat your skill speech higher, but that'd be cheating. And he said he would not be comfortable with personal questions. And I respect that. And he's someone who... Oh! Is she up there? No, she's not. We lost someone. Someone was sleeping and then they weren't. Oh, good lord.
The toughest thing about buying an inn is deciding its name.
Oh, naming something is the worst. Wasn't she sitting in a chair? Was she? She was not. Down there, perhaps? No. I'm sure she can't be far away. Who's your front door? Thank you. So she made all the way to Huzidir's front door. Hui. I'm probably taking the most impractical way possible, or the most impractical path. But, oh well, might as well take the scenic route. Oh, there she is. Hello.
Travertines? Hot Springs? This will be a groundbreaking discovery for Roskrian tourism. Oh, really? I'm Michel Flavian, company cartographer. Surely you've heard of the Flavian name before? My ancestors have been outstanding scholars for generations. I may just be carrying menial shipments, but once my current expedition to Roscria is over, I'll earn my place among them. My unique findings will open countless doors. Very smart people, mostly. They flail their arms, and magic comes out instead of hugs or food. My parents are traveling lecturers. My siblings too. They sure like reading books with little letters and no pictures.
Oh, it's a shame. I like pictures.
I guess that's how I got onto the idea of working at the East Empire Company. At least maps are one big picture.
See?
Never gets boring.
So this is the cartographer of the Harthstone Isles, who mentioned wanting to go to Roscrea though. So let's ask her about Roscrea.
Oh, I've certainly been here before. They have been part of the Empire since the Septims. I don't know. Maybe they asked the Roscreans very nicely. They seemed like such warm people. Very handsome too. My heart melted everywhere I looked. Of course we are. Where else could we be? We are in the middle of the Sea of Ghosts, right where we are supposed to be. Not the most exciting high-class destination, but I have brought everything to make it one. It's my job after all. Oh, nothing. I'm just regarding a part of this place never seen before. It's so strange that the initial Imperial expedition to Roscrea never mentioned these beautiful geothermal marvels. Look at these travertines. They almost look delicious. They say there are chalky sweets in Hammerfell. You bite, and then it crumbles in your mouth.
Would you mind?
Imagine a gigantic piece of that.
It'll sound funny.
My mouth is already watering.
I take the liberty to rid you of the remnants before you wake up.
I have those set up to get summoned in case of trespassing.
Oh, I just remembered I have to be doing something else right now. Bye.
Good. They're done, so we can keep pestering her about Roscrea.
That's not true. The Balsa was in the correct course for the whole journey. I just need to set sail around these isles, and I'll establish a trade route to Craneshore in no time. Or a barbaric Roscrean settlement. Definitely not lost in the middle of the Sea of Ghosts.
Oh yeah, we're not lost. After we can find ourselves.
Wasn't Roscrea supposed to have dashing, charming princes? I saw taller and prettier boys back in Dragonstar. Azuki's a strange one. You can certainly tell he could have been quite a charmer if he didn't look like my seasick stomach. Great cook, though. He always finds the right balance of spices. I can't stop thinking about his hawker steak. Wonder how long until I find my way to Craneshore.
So yeah, these are all, they're still going at it. Not entering.
Wasn't Roscrea supposed to have dashing,
I have no
charming
idea.
princes? I saw taller and prettier boys back in Dragonstar.
Yeah, but as we all can see, we are very close to Roscrea here. Like, maybe just behind that island over there, we can find, like, Craneshore or Fruitful or a different settlement. But yeah, we're definitely not I'll check the journal in just a bit. Right now it's past 12.
The East Empire. Oh, it's so strange that they... Look at this travertine. The best spa you'll ever see, of course. Rosria already has lots of potential as a reputable spa resort. I want to return to the company with the best proposal ever. Too bad there is lots to do. Now that you mention it, I do have a problem. My spa proposal is hanging on a dear thread if I don't convince the company suits. A hawker-shaped, raw, but potentially delicious one. I need to chew it away before the company throws my proposal to the bin. Like they always do. Hawkers, of course. Lots of them. They would certainly scare the customers away after it was built, I was going to say shoo from the bottom of my lungs. But then Azuk told me about the ravenous bloody crimson hawker in Atmora. Scary! You would want to see this spa happen, right? Can you help me get rid of them? Please? Thank you, thank you. The hawker habitat lies to the west of the island. Here, I will mark it on your map. Oh, and Azuk was talking about the hawkers. Why don't you talk to him about it?
And now we've started the first quest.
Now how high was that cliff again?
That one all the way over there? I don't want to find out. Okay, but by popular demand, let's check out the journal. If I could find it. Hang on. Just get this all set up quickly. Okay, let's see. Where's the journal? Where's the journal? Where's the journal? Not there. No, there. Right. Time to fix it. Oh, good lord. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's a shape-altering book. Let's see this one. The reader's order threatens to rid this note of its structural traits, shattering its magical properties even, leaving only the faintest idea of this text's presence. If it could emote, it would weep and beg for the mercy of faintly stimulating a hawker's appetite. I see. And now we've got the journal of Talon. Ideally, this is where I would store my findings about this operation. Funny thing is, next to nothing ever goes that route, not even myself. Thus, this journal will serve as a place to let some steam off, my own little hot spring, if you so will. Ever since I arrived here, I found myself almost liberated from the relatively recent stigma of my kin. It's unfortunate that despite my intentions, my actions are often misunderstood, soiled with the superstitions for my kin's faction of tremendous force, my very own foreskin, one could say. Although it may come as heresy to some, this temporary liberation from my foreskin has provided me a sense of peace. Unfounded in the mainland, day after day, instead of being pestered by the brooding politics of the capital's affairs. As far as work is concerned, I just take strolls around the main island, observing the menial nature of most surrounding me. The moment I realized, by observing and digging through the bare crevices of the powers that be on this fistful of isles, I knew right then and right there that I could turn my observations inward. Like that, this curator, in truth, is only interested in curating themselves. Though, in all honesty, if the hot springs provide the conditions for introspection, they're hardly in need of curation. Considering which, things are going a little too well for this operation, as I could get used to this lifestyle in the long term. When entering a hot spring, one would have to be mindful about the amount of time of submerging their body into the water, usually no longer than 15 minutes, for humans anyway. But I'm not having any of that. When the schedule calls for the creation of the spore, I always make sure to carry a book of great interest on my person. The reason that this even remotely makes sense is that after my preliminary 15 minutes session of taking mental measurements of the sparse temperature, quality in the water, density and breathability of the internal atmosphere, etc., begins the extended curation of several hours. Why any piece of text I bring can make it out of it unscathed, as well as myself, is very magical in nature. It's all thanks to the unfathomably useful school of alteration magic that this is feasible. By casting a supercharged variant of the Stoneflesh spell on both myself and the book in my hand, I'm able to reach horizons of relaxation and tranquility inconceivable by most, reaping all of the benefits and untouched by any and all possible demerits. It's a good thing I'm here, otherwise, who else could pull through a job of this ferocity? Oh god, it's still going, hang on. Okay, not that much left. Cool. This is like just a random note as the writing lead to the writers. Keep your books short. Keep them short. Today, Husadir Al-Terem, my housemate and self-proclaimed alchemist, had the idea of Munda's magnitude to what I'll generally describe, make an attempt at entertaining his poor customers with a bunch of silly tricks that he has the hubris to use the adjective of magic in front of. The one thing I'll give him credit for is having the sheer courage to ask me of all people to stand witness to this chicanery, to supposedly get constructive feedback. And guess he took my title of curator more seriously than I, which, I must admit, is amusing at the very least. Of course, I wasn't going to subject myself to this chicanery, so my solution was casting controlled levitation and a custom-made chameleon spell I've crafted in a book of mine that remains full visibility of the book to my eyes exclusively. That way, Husadir thought I was actually paying attention in full, unwavering, that I actually was paying attention, my full, unwavering attention to his chicanery, while the complete opposite was taking place. Levitated the book right in my line of sight of him. A true chicanery taking place right in his very presence, with him as clueless as your typical Thalmor pawn. And that's his journal, his very lengthy journal. The drama, the journal, the chicanery. Ah, good lord. Yeah, and I'm sure that Thalmor pawn is not a gist towards or not towards anything. But yeah, we are sent to deal with a Hawker-shaped problem.
Come on, speak. I don't bite. Lethally. Do I look like a Bosmer to you?
Depends. There's also something that we were able to completely skip for some reason at the moment, which is this exclusive piece of gear.
You wouldn't happen to be carrying a piece of text that's of any significance,
No. Let's just take it and be done with it. And leave him to his own Hawker-shaped problems. But yeah, as I was saying, there's one big benefit of being part of the Empire Expedition Force. That being that you are getting your own issued company backpack. Yeah, the standard issue backpack for the East Empire Company workers. Lovely, isn't it? So, let's deal with this Hawker problem, this Hawker-shaped problem by chatting with Azek first. I'm sure there's many more Hawker-shaped problems out there, but these ones are ours, and we're going to deal with it. Hello, Isaac.
My book will be as widely successful as the one written by the gourmet. People from all over the provinces will seek me after it's published. These islands look promising. Maybe instead of buying an inn in Dawnstar, I can build one here. Hey, I overheard your conversation with Michelle.
How?
Since you are heading toward the Hawker group, mind doing a small favor for me too? Hawkers should never die in vain. Bring me all their meat. I could use it for the grand feast I am preparing. The Hawkers will also rest easy knowing that today our belly is full because of them. In exchange, you will get a tasty Hawker stew with something special. I will only reveal that once you have the meat. So, get moving!
Okay.
Many go fishing all their lives without knowing that it is not fish they are after, but a Hawker.
Words to live by. So, let's deal with this Hawker-shaped problem. Just quickly check. Goblin is off. Good. Because we will be in for bollocking. Let's actually go the other side, because I don't want to swim in like the cold sea of ghosts. That way. So, Michelle's got a Hawker-shaped problem, and Az's got a problem that would be solved by filling a certain Hawker-shaped hole. So let's find it out. You see, there are 3 Hawker-sized solutions to Hawker-shaped problems. Hello. And let's just parboil those Hawkers while we're at it. That way, Azuk's got like a bit of an easier time dealing with Hawkers. That's one Hawker down. Another one parboiled. One remaining Hawker. Oops. Oops, it's a bit frisky here. That is 3 Hawker-shaped problems dealt with. Now let's take their coin. Probably sold it somewhere on the way towards well, this place. And let's get that Hawker meat all cooked up and put into like a really lovely stew. Let's go the other way. We can already see that Azuk has been watching our Hawker-shaped exploits. Difficulty level. Level 1 difficulty is, God, like, I don't know, novice. Just like the default stuff. Because I'm testing things usually. Let's head back to Azuk and tell him of our Hawker-shaped solutions. It was adept? Okay.
My Hawker meat recipes are famous in Dawnstar. Everyone wants to know the secret ingredient that I put in them.
Is it a Hawker?
The toughest thing about buying an inn is deciding its name. Hawkers? These islands are full of them. There are no limits to what you can cook with their meat. Hawker pies, hawker stews, roasted hawker steak, grilled hawker in garlic sauce. I can go forever. Any creature you see on this island is a hawker. Look, I like to keep things simple. Calling every species by a different name is tiring. Just call them hawkers. It's simple and easy to remember. Of course, hawkers come in all sizes. I was once at Solstheim, where I encountered a blood hawker. They are predatory in nature compared to their mainland cousins. When I came to shore, this blood hawker had already killed a dark elf. The creature impaled him with his long tusk, draining all his blood. It was a gruesome sight. Be careful if you encounter such a creature. Never underestimate them. I coated my arrow with deadly poison. I carefully aimed at the creature with my bow and struck it down. The poison was so potent that the bloodhawker died immediately. It was a glorious kill.
So, if you're ever out and about and suddenly there's a creature that is sucking your blood, make sure to kill it with an arrow.
Back from hawker hunting. Did you bring all the meat with you? I can't wait to begin cooking. Wonderful! The feast is almost ready. Just need to add the meat. There's enough garlic in this stew to kill every vampire in Tamriel. There, it's ready. Here, you two, help yourself. Nothing brings people together like good food. As promised, here is the special reward I wanted to give you once you brought me the meat. My unique hawker recipes. I suggest trying out a different hawker meat. Perhaps those four-legged hawkers with big antlers. Good things come to those who bait.
I'm sure. It's probably going to be like a lot of hawkers that comes to those who bait. Yep.
Travertines? Hot springs? This will be a groundbreaking discovery for Roscrian tourism. Hey traveler, thanks for the help. Fantastic! Isn't Azuk's cooking delicious? The hawker is just so juicy. I can't even stop thinking about it. Maybe you should take more of it. Oh, and I was supposed to give you a reward, right? I chanced upon this bloody fork. Come, take it before it ruins my stew. So warm and amazing. Wonder how long until I find my way to Crane Shore.
It's probably just beyond that rock there. You can already see like the ship that leads to it. Oh dear, let's not look at that.
May every day become a lovely feast, like a meat stew.
Yes, let's try our hands at the meat stew, and the hawker stew, which I can't find right now.
May every day become a lovely feast,
Yeah, that's hawker stew.
like a meat stew.
Yes, you've always said that. Thank you very much. But yeah, we have gotten the special hawker stew from Azuk, and actually makes people invisible. That's some really good stew then.
Now, if I put the dock here...
Then you'll have enough of a harbor for an entire, what do you call it? For an entire inn. But yeah, so we've completed our first quest, and as reward, we have gotten Shore's Fork. Not the tour of Lorcan, but close enough. Actually comes with like unique enchantment that, you know, everyone just seems to carry around more hawker meat. Yes, we've gone up the spire. Ooh, there's nothing here. But yeah, we can already like look upon the other thing. Right. Let's take another stroll to like a different island. We've seen enough of the like sea serpent spire for the time being. Yeah, let's head back to the main isle. Gotta row a boat gently across the stream. Let's see if we can find a couple more people here now that it's already a bit in the evening. Rex is still here. We've got someone sitting there. Clearly working very hard on making the spas a reality. What's cool in here?
Isn't this wonderful? Such strong restorative powers. Raw from nature. Perhaps Mara touched this spot. Praise her. That's close enough. What is it you want?
I don't know. No, getting to know you better?
Nervous? I'm not nervous. Just a little cautious is all. Never know what sort of diseases you might catch traveling in the Divine's forsaken cold. We can't have everyone sneezing or vomiting all over the worksite. Certainly not. Any illness is very serious. A cold can weaken the body to be attacked by something more deadly. There are even theories from notable scholars like Jivat Sitiari that Periites send tiny Daedric servants to cause all illnesses. A cold is caused by just a few, but once they have a foothold, more can easily find their way in and cause greater problems.
Hawker-shaped problems.
Yes, finally someone who sees good sense. I've even found good evidence to back it up. When I was traveling to Solitude on my way here, I heard a group of Periite followers that were infected with a plague. They were living in one of those Dwemer ruins so prevalent in Skyrim, or so I heard. Of course their worship of Daedric Lord kept them alive, but they were more like undead than living. You ought to take your health more seriously. Periite's little Daedra could turn you into a walking corpse if you're not careful.
I see. So, you know, he's got his own, like, hawker-shaped problems, but that hawker is maybe not on the healthy side.
Rex has hired me to design the bathhouse, so that's what I do. I also study the glorious art of restoration. I'm glad to help with any healing you might need. Unless you've got a cold, no need to pass that around. Just take a remedy. Well, you better buy some right now. Husador is a competent enough alchemist, but I also carry the basic essentials if you need them. Well, don't look at me. My designs are almost finished. It's Revna and her workers that are dragging their feet. I gave Revna the first design over a month ago, and not a single stone has been laid yet. Maybe if you spent less time wandering around the island like an idiot, more would get done. Well, Rex is technically in charge, but he's got so much on his plate. Revna is his assistant, and she ought to help him. Instead, she clutters up our house, brags if she's one of the Divines herself, and wastes her time exploring the island.
Oh, I wonder who'd do something like that.
Mark my words, she'll come down with the cold wandering around in the snow. For living in the wasteland, it is bearable. The headquarters is well furnished. But when I first arrived here, there was nothing. Not even a shack. I lived in a tent, in the cold. I don't care how much the East Empire Company pays. I'm never doing that again. There's one issue now, though. That thrice damned quartermaster won't give me my leeks.
Very important, Hawker-shaped leeks.
Yes, I need my leeks to make Vincent's stew and vegetable soup. It's far too cold here to be eating anything but a nice warm soup. Leeks are necessary for their natural immunizing powers. You know this if you've studied Mara's art at all. Thank you. I hail from Skimgrad, in Cyrodiil if you don't know. The Tyrians have been loyal Imperials for years. I came here after studying for 12 years at the Synod in Imperial City. I studied restoration seriously and architecture in my free time. I met Rexus leaving the Synod one day, and after a few questions, he'd asked if I'd come on as architect. He told me I'd be building the royal bathhouse on a natural hot spring. I'm an amateur, so I thought this would be a great experience and opportunity. He didn't tell me it was in the Sea of Ghosts, on an uninhabited island, far from civilization. Oh, it was lovely. Restoration is a beautiful art to study. I learned so much, and the Imperial City is practically heaven on earth. There were many opportunities to practice my art on the unfortunate new students, particularly the destruction students. Poor Richard nearly burned his own leg off. I had to heal him daily for nearly a month before he could walk again. Then there was Shrita, who was electrocuted. She lay unconscious for over a month before she woke. I'm glad to help with any healing you might need. Unless you've caught a cold, no need to pass that around. Just take a remedy.
I'm sure to keep that in mind.
Tell Revna I have some designs ready for her. If you somehow run into the fool, wandering aimlessly around the island all day.
I see. So, let's walk aimlessly around the island the entire day and find Revna. Because I don't think we actually have chatted with her. So, after downloading Harthstone out and Hesper's Nest, to get to Hesper's Nest, you will need to chat with Carmelius and Vanellianus after they're leaving Markarth. So your best bet is to just fast travel to Markarth, or the Markarth stables, and then walk up to the front gate. And to head to Harthstone Isles. To start a quest, you will want to have a little visit while these same two people are, well, they've since made their move onto East March, and they're now at a hot spring south of Hansgrove. But alternatively, you can also just head to the East Empire Company warehouse and look at a little pamphlet there and just step into the boat. Yeah. Let's see. There's probably Revna here somewhere. Clearly mentioned being in the Harthstone headquarters. That looks like it's Rexus, who's aimlessly wandering on the isle. Let's see if Revna's home. Doesn't look like it. If they aren't there, then that means that you've missed them. Check this spot where you can usually see the Khajiit. Okay, Rev. No, okay, no. Revna's not here. Well, if she's not here, then let's just call the night. You know, it's 8 p.m. We've done like a hard day's worth of working. Let's put in there. Let's just see if we can find Revna tomorrow morning. And if she's not there, then we can just head like to a different isle again. Some mud crabs. Nice little creatures. Hello, goat. Ravna is also not here. So let's just use our bed and have like a little, just a little sleep. And because we are good little workers, we will wake up on time and then make our way to the workplace. And it also just like keep some stuff that we found here. Don't need that. We've got like, we've got the powerful fork. The fork's about as powerful as an axe. Good to know. Don't need that. We've got very warm skull clothing. New day, new us, and that looks like it's Isalota, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
What'll it be? I've got work to do.
Okay.
Remember, you get what you get, and you don't get upset.
I'll keep that in mind. So yeah, now it's like, the next morning. There's someone that we haven't met yet. Hello, Revna.
I don't think I've seen you before. You must be a new worker. I'm Revna, Overseer Rex's assistant. And don't you forget about it.
I won't.
Why would Quillan ask if I lost those ingredients of his? Of course I haven't. Oh, hello.
So she's an assistant to the Overseer, and the Overseer's the first guy in command. So, second one, right?
Well, obviously. The Overseer can't do everything around here, so he's gonna need an assistant as proficient as myself.
I see.
I was looking for a thief that stole a family heirloom of mine back in the Rift. My search led me to Solitude. From there, a homeless man that was drinking from a weird purple bottle said they went into the Sea of Ghosts.
The thieves. Yeah.
I was about to give up when I saw a job posting about working at these islands. So I applied and got this position, thanks to my countless stories about managing.
So a thief went and got her family heirloom and hid it somewhere in the Sea of Ghosts. So she went after it. Good thinking.
It's remote and inhospitable. No normal person would bother going into the open sea in search of their stolen property. But I am not normal, and I am going to find this thief. I know he's around here, somewhere. Of course, it's a lot of hard work, and I'm doing my best to make everything go as smoothly as possible. But we have been having issues with the construction of the resort. It could be a lot better. The buildings are taking what seems like forever. We're in constant need of materials, and once we finish the constructions, they aren't stable enough. But when I point this out, I'm told that jumping on top of roofs and charging into walls isn't a good way of testing a building's strength. I know what I'm doing. Rexus thinks so. In fact, he has so much faith in me that he's pretty much letting me run things while he sits in his office. Well, I imagine he's doing something important. Like, for example, the other day I saw him whittling in his office.
Whittling obviously is a very important thing.
Thank you. It's good to know that someone sees the good work I'm doing.
But this whole construction problem, that sounds like a very Hawker-shaped problem. I wonder if any Hawkers could help us out with this one.
There is so much we have to do. We're having so many problems, it's hard to keep track of them. The only thing that comes to mind right now are the problems we've been having with the mine.
The mine?
It hasn't been producing enough. I haven't gone to the island the mine is on for a while, since that would mean rowing all the way over there. They're probably just being lazy since they don't have someone watching them. I know I would. But if you want to head over there and figure out what's wrong, go ahead. Otherwise, go walk around and see if people need help. There's the tomb at the south end of this island, Wrestleret's Rest. I heard some explorers went in there and haven't returned, so I would recommend staying away from it. And there's Fat Gold, another tomb. It's on an island to the east of this one, so we are not concerned about it. If I had the time, I would go over there and see what the issue is. Currently, I don't. All right. The mine is located on the island to the northwest. Try not to die. Oh, and if you find an empty tent, it's yours.
I see. Cool.
Try not to get lost.
Oh, I would never. So now we've been informed about there being a mine, which let's head there for the time being. Let's just see what the mine's up to. It's the northwest, so it is like this little thing here. It's the chili camp. Whether or not they have a lot of like chili peppers on there, I can only assume. Let's see. Is this the way to the docks? It is. Okay, cool. So we already went to the Seaside Sip and Spire there. Next up are the chili camps over there. I'm sure they also have a lot of like Hawker-shaped problems. But whether or not it's something that we can actually help out with, let's try to figure that out. And there we go, with the chilly camp. You can see, it's very chilly, and it's actually so cold that all the boats are standing upright. And if you see a wild boat out on the outside, they only stand upright if they are very cold. Because that way they can be like closer to the sky and the sun and get the sun's warmth. Not many know about that one. Oh, hello.
Joshua Hammersteel at your service. This one handles the weapons, armors, and anything else that shines or kills.
Like the last part of that one.
You wish to learn more about Khajiit? He's flattered, friend. This one lived in Aniquina for many years, practicing his trade. That is where he earned the name Hammersteel, you see. Joshua was bored, though, working the same metal each day, so when the East Empire Company invited him on this expedition, he agreed.
Ooh, Hammersteel. That's quite a unique name.
Yes, very unusual. But no one in Aniquina could doubt this one's skill, and neither can the East Empire Company. Khajiit's fur was once white as desert sand, you know, but it turned grey from his years working the forge. Joshua misses Aniquina, of course, but the call of adventure was a far stronger pull. Even if it was for such a cold place. Ah, but this is why Khajiit has fur, yes? The others must be jealous. Not too jealous, this one hopes. My friend, are you suggesting Jasha would lie to one as trusted as you? He supposes that the Talmar did make things easier to live in truth, but that was the only other reason, Jasha assures you. Of course, my friend, that is Khajiit's job here. Smithing, repairing and such. Ah, but this one sees nothing wrong with your equipment. Well, other than that, it was not made by one as skilled as Jasha. But he would have to melt it down to make it worthy of this one's name. And that would take far too long, yes? You must be very busy with things like adventuring. Yes, adventuring. Exploring the Isles. Yes, you must return to your important work. Khajiit will work the forge while you're gone. What can Khajiit tell you more about? Jasha was hired, of course. The company noticed Khajiit's skills with the forge and had to bring him along. This one is not called Hammersteel for nothing. It's cold, friend, too cold. The wind bites like fangs and the sand chills this one's feet. Khajiit means to say that it is cold, but the adventure of the Isles is far more valuable to him. Besides, the forge keeps Jasha warm on cold days. In fact, he spends so much time working it, it's hard to feel cold.
He says while having his feet submerged in snow.
They know skill when they see it, friend, and they pay quite well for good work. Jasha knows. You are an adventurer, yes? Explore, find treasure, get rich. Khajiit is sure there are few unexplored ruins around. And if you find anything interesting, don't forget to show your good friend, Jasha. Let Jasha know if there is anything else he can share. Leaving already? Back to the forge then.
I see. Anyone else that's still hanging around outside? Oh, another Khajiit.
Greetings, traveler. I am Aronar, at your service. I am not a Khajiit. Why do people keep saying this? Everyone always says I look like a Khajiit, but I am not. I was born in Altmer, raised by Thalmor to boot. I am a werecat, stuck in this form and unable to return to what I truly am, but that does not mean I am proud of what I am. If only people like you stopped comparing me to those weak cats.
Do not Jasha hear that?
Jeffrey's beard, no. If I didn't like them before, I definitely do not like them now since everyone keeps calling me one. It's like everyone is blind to the greatness before them, instead lessening my nature to that of a feral cat.
Haha! Orca meat! Anyways.
I notice a lot of people complain about the cold. I don't really see why.
Yes, because you and Altman have got like a lot of fur. And that might help with things. But yeah, so we have a Khajiit.
Welcome back, friend. Let Jasha know if you need your shield polished.
In a while.
I see. Yeah, so we've got a cat, another cat. But he's a rare cat, so a special cat. Let's see if we can... Okay, let me just quickly plop down like a quick save. In previous versions of this mod, we had a little issue about the inhabitants of this particular establishment being very shocked to see others inside.
I hope you weren't looking to buy anything interesting.
Let's ask them first.
Our intrepid Marcius Carvane returns.
Oh yes, we've got Lucius.
What do you think? My broad knowledge in the fields that many consider insufficient make me one of the most valuable parts of the crew. My ability to categorize and memorize things like the average Argonian's teeth, to how many types of Khajiit and any good cuts of meat. I know a multitude of meaningful material depending on the appropriate subject from the knowledge of those past and those of the now.
He's wearing a bathrobe. I'm not sure if he can be trusted.
I am Lucius Caecilius Augustus, with the knowledge invested from the expansive fronts created by forerunners of their crafts. For I have read through modern tomes and volumes of the past that have granted me the knowledge of their authors. Thus I have become one with knowledge.
You still wear that despite being smart, I see.
Yes, I have inquired about anything that catches a capable, calculating and clever charmer of the ancient earths. Since time immemorial, the will of the alchemist has changed not just the basics of medicine, but instead the will of nature. Anyways, this is one of the worst places for any scholar due to its position where it's too crowded for peace and too isolated for new literature. Not to mention that the constant ice and frost ensures that my alchemical wonders are met with constant hardships. Ah, that's an illusion or secret, isn't it? A wonder must be hidden, because if every alchemist knew about what I am making, it would break my mythos. This mythos will be my legacy beyond my disappearance into Aetherius, led by Arcane. To have a legacy is to have a second life that is uncontrolled by Arcane and Menimarco both.
I see. So he thinks of himself as a very important person that's wearing a bathrobe, and that thinks that he can escape, this prison that is mortality.
The Khajiit, he seems trustworthy enough, as long as you don't expect the world from them, or something might happen. That's the last time I asked for a new set of calipers from someone for free.
Calipers?
I lost my special pair into the dark abyss of the seas while getting here. So I asked the company's chosen blacksmith for a new pair. And as we are both under their employ, I should get them for free, due to our mutual employer. When I got the pair, it looked less like calipers and more like steel sticks joined together. I was outraged, but he looked at me angrily, so I left him to his own devices. And that is why I do not have any calipers here.
Sounds like a shame.
Because the work I do is of utmost need for the community, and you wouldn't know anything about it.
Heathen.
Well, off you go then.
So we've got an alchemist wearing a bathrobe, thinking of himself as very highly and very respectable. And we've got an actual merchant. Let's see if he also sells us hawkers too. Velhalu.
Whatever brings people to this frozen rock escapes me. You do know there are places out there that hold a modicum of interest? How astute! No, I don't. Back home I had cushioned furniture and loyal workers. But here I'm a shallow merchant. I'm sorry. It's been so long since I left my family. But it can still be frustrating. I've been indebted with the East Empire Company for some time. Ever since they saved my hide on Solstheim. Now I manage the storeroom and provide whatever wares the workers need. At least, I provide what I can. I've placed order after order with the company for more interesting supplies. Do they seriously expect people to sail for days just for a fancy bath? You don't count. Adventurers will go in any direction you point them. I'm going to be stuck here selling the same things to the same people. At least until Lucius makes something interesting. Or Jasha magically learns to forge. Odd fellow to be certain, but he has a passion that I can respect. If we can find some way to make this ice distilling process work, it could mean great things for both of us. I'm not exactly sure. You should ask Lucius for more details on that. Good luck with that. I'm sure he'd love your interruptions. As if I didn't have enough problems already. The company sends a thieving Khajiit to bunk with me. I already have people looking for me. I don't need to be dragged into his mess too. You must not have spoken with him yet. If you get him going for long enough, he always has to brag about his days in Anakina. What kind of man steals from hard-working merchants, I ask you? I didn't think an adventurer would be interested in this junk.
Yeah, well, let's have a look at what he, at what we can pawn off with him. But considering we just like drop everything off, let's just see what he has. Construction staff. That's a very nice price.
I was a member of House Telvanni. I think my 1003rd birthday is coming up, but it's hard to remember. It all came to an end when they found out my spellbook broke Imperial copyright law. Now I am forced to work here, so far away from my mushroom.
I see. That's also why he's called Lalu. I bet he's like in a witness protection program.
I am not made for the cold.
He's got some fancy trinkets though. A very fancy trinket that...
You don't look like a mercenary that Redoran would hire. How can I help you?
Yeah.
Vel Halado, at your service.
Thank you. Let's just chat with Lucius about this like ice distilling process that he's been going on about. In the basement.
The Dunmer? He's a fine man once you get to meet him or help him in any way you can. Can't say much about him, though. He may be less than palatable to outside wanderers and nomadic travelers from afar. Oh, and one more thing. Keep your weapon sheathed and seen. He isn't particularly fond of surprises and the like. Surprises are horrifying to the average businessman like him. They can be his shipments getting lost by Kitterid's anger, or he meets his end by an angry bandit. Merchants never liked the hands of Sai and other mechanisms of fate. Nevertheless, he has his secrets that seem like an expression of speech used by dubious authors. Well, off you go then.
Yes, let's keep them to themselves. Let's just see if Josh has some more dialogue now that we've met.
Back already? Jasha can't blame you.
But he's got something to sell.
This one has the best steel on the Isles, my friend. The very best. Leaving already? Back to the forge then.
Okay, we've already chatted with you, but the other one still eludes us. Wasn't he back here? There we go. Let's deal with this hawker-shaped problem before we deal with him. Otherwise... Oh, is that a... That's a couple of hawkers. Hello. Ooh. We cook them first. just, you know, deal with them first before we deal with Zuli, the other worker we've been ignoring up until now. Or is it just me, or is it very loud? Huh. So yeah, adventure we turn into Rogue Hunters for the looks of it. And as we noticed, you know, the hawkers carry on with the meat, which is good. Good for us, bad for the hawkers. Let's chat with Zuli.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Zuli. These islands really are a wonder to behold, despite the fact my scales are frosted together most of the time. Oh well, much the same as everyone, I think. The company wanted to make these islands a bit more livable than they were. I guess that means I spat to them, so they brought me on to make sure the building was going smoothly. I'm doing that by gathering materials. Yes, they hired me a little over half a year ago after seeing a bit of the work I had done in Morrowind. It was certainly a surprise when the East Empire Company reached out to me personally to ask me to oversee construction. I wonder what the company would think of me in my current state. I haven't been able to see anyone but the folks at the port. What does anyone think about the company? It's one of the biggest and most influential trade businesses this side of Teriel. There isn't much to think about it at all. It is simply a necessary part of the rapidly growing world we now live in. Though for someone not suited to the job, maybe, the most difficult thing I have to deal with is the unexpected amount of rock moving. In truth, I am from the south of Morrowind, very close to the Black Marsh, where my kind tends to come from. The sight of Red Mountain truly made me appreciate the quality of stones. They're so much more than just building material. Oh, not at all. You will find that there is often a person with the name of Aronar nearby. He was assigned to me as a guard by the company. It is quite nice having him around. Not that I couldn't manage to keep myself entertained. He's an interesting person. He has the strong opinion there's something beast-like about him. I can't confirm the validity of that opinion. Whether or not I can confirm it though, he's a kind heart under all that gruff tone and dark fur. Don't tell him I said that. His upbringing has led him to believe that he's more than a just regular Khajiit, some kind of war cat. That is how I should say about that. When I'm not mining or tending to the needs of the island, I suppose I spend a decent amount of that time cooking. Needing to make sure that another person and I are fed is a good incentive to learn it. I have actually even recently taken up baking as a pastime, trying many of the sweeter pastries that I have heard of in the world. Care to try one?
Ooh, pastries.
Here, made it fresh today. I hope you like it. Don't forget to ask again later.
Good sweet wool. That's lovely.
I suppose my poison of blood had to turn you away eventually.
I see. There's still a map mark here that eludes me. Let's see if we can actually reach this one. So, this is like the, I guess, the settlement dealing with materials. And there's Casket Weaver's Cairn. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, no, this is not a quest dungeon, so we can just, you know, have a little dip inside and just see what we can find in there. Oh, apparently someone's already been here, trying to deal with these oddly shaped hawkers here. Ha! I knew it! They are hawkers. They carry on hawker on meat. And thanks to our new expedition grade backpack, we can grab and carry on all the hawker meat we want. Isn't that lovely? Oh, someone forgot to have their hawker. Let's see. Oh, there's a level up available. Let's just quickly level up. Because we need that strength to deal with hawkers. You see, those aren't hawkers because they've... I mean, okay, fair enough. I think the hawker meat has just been burned off because of the, like, fire spell. See, this one carries on hawker meat, so they are actually all hawkers. For the next one, someone called you a hawker. Take it as a compliment, because you're clearly a very unique creature that deserves that title. This hawker even had some coin. This one too. Right, let's keep going. Oh, it could come. Right. But yeah, so this is one of the like main dungeons of this mod. Although I should probably mention that the quest that was supposed to take place in here was not finished. Thus, it is left as just a location for you to explore. Yep. And up we go. Clearly the intended path. Hello, hawker. Another hawker. Ooh, another hawker. Right, that hawker had a bit of a bite. See? A hawker. Oh, this... Yeah, okay, that was probably the intended path, and I just took, like, the shortcut. Nope. They're lost. Ooh. And that's something left behind by some unfortunate hawker. Ooh, more hawkers. Hawker. Oh, another hawker. Oh, another one over there as well. Oh, geez, a lot of hawkers here. Come back. There we go. See? That was another hawker. He even had hawker meat to prove it. Okay, we're making our way up the dungeon. Looks like we've got another hawker in front of us. We can definitely deal with at this level. Okay, that hawker definitely needs a bit more cooking time. See? Ah, there's an entrance. That was satchel there. Okay, let's keep exploring this casket as can, which turns out to be a mine. Maybe that's the mine that they all spoke about. So their problems were Hawker shaped. I see. Oh. Even better than that, looks like I've contacted a little Daedra. I should have heard. I should have heard Prince's words. Listen to them. Be precise. Oh, good God. See? Just another Hawker. It's got Hawker meat. Unfortunately, these Hawkers are very quick because they've got a lot of legs. See? So the mine was a Hawker-shaped problem. Continue our little way through the mine. Ooh. Let's see if we can find any more other Hawker-shaped. Oh, yeah. See? Other Hawker. Oh, lot more Hawkers. See? Hawkers. Although it's quite difficult to actually get up here. Come on. Go up there. Okay, let's just give us a little boost. And continue our Hawker-shaped journey. Aha, a Hawker-shaped trap. Ooh. That's a big old Hawker. No, it's still a Hawker though. We actually do need those. Someone was very smart. Thank you, level designer, for being very smart, very thoughtful. It seems like we've got a Hawker-shaped friend here. Hello. See? Carry on with Hawker meat. Do need a torch though, so we can appreciate all the silver design. Lovely. Oh, hello, Hawker.
Come on.
Do I have anything good with me? I don't. Dealing with Hawkers in proper and intended way. But yeah, I think we took care of this Hawker-shaped problem. And we can make our way out again. Just have a look around here. Oh, lovely boiling pot of blood. Oh, even more hawkers.
Here we go.
There you go. Oh god. Okay.
Prepare to die.
Let's quickly deal with this. Definitely the intended way. There's a lot of vampires here. Oh, they came from the other room. Right. I see.
Not your best! Huh? Enough!
Oh no, he's running. Ooh, that's doing some good stuff here. Huh. Look at that. So this problem did, well, yeah, stalker ship problem. Let's get the torch back out. Grab some interesting ingredients for Vel and for Husidir to work around. Can't take this one. Oh, it's a shame. But yeah, I probably shouldn't have gone through like the entire thing with on level 1. However, we've gotten some nice hawker meat. Yeah, this is where all the vampires came from. Oh, sorry, all the hawkers. Oh, even more hawkers. Oh, this is like, okay, yeah, this is like the main door. I see, so it does lead to the Hawker's library. Oh, yeah, no, that's convenient. Let's head out through a hawker-shaped hole. And return to one of the, like, one of the other aisles. Because it's, you know, it's already 10:30, 9:30 in the evening. So I'm sure that we earned some rest. We should probably have a little bit of a cure disease session though. Just to make sure that Quillen is not going to, you know, get spooked. Wouldn't want to disturb our hawker-shaped friend. Oh, what's this? And now we started another quest. To whom it may concern. Whoever is stealing my equipment, please either return them or be willing to compensate me for the lost goods. It's been 1 week since we've been here, and I have lost over 300 septims worth of equipment in the last few days. Anyone willing to help find whoever is stealing my things, please find Lucius at Vel's Valuables. I'm available to discuss this further. Well then. What better time for a whodunit mystery than the actual evening?
I was about to go on break, But if a brave adventurer needs a wooden bucket, who am I to deny them?
You've got wooden buckets.
You don't look like a mercenary that read around would hire. How can I help you? I didn't think an adventurer would be interested in this junk.
Yes, but you've got interest in hawkers. You can tell. Let's quickly sell off some stuff. Oh, well, I would, but yeah.
I am not made for the cold.
Neither am I, but I'm wearing...
I expect you are here due to the notices I put out regarding the loss of supplies and equipment?
Yes.
I lost most of my equipment, most of it being spigots and tongs, but also much more valuable items, like a very ancient piece of Stahlrim. I will not elaborate on why I have some Stahlrim at this moment, but you must know it is very valuable. I have two in mind, the merchant Vel and the blacksmith Yasha. They have both told me that they suspect each other, and I have seen them near my workplace many times. At this point, it could be both of them stealing my things. Well, if you find what happened to my things, please return them post-haste.
Okay. Time to deal with another hawker-shaped problem. I see. It's like 10 p.m. Vel's probably going to head to bed. Hello, Jasha.
Back already? Jasha can't blame you. But what would this one know of alchemy supplies? Jasha is a smith. He knows nothing about missing supplies. Alright, fine. Khajiit admits it. This one borrowed a few of Lucius's tools. He always talks about them, you know? How valuable they are. This one just wanted to check. His sword, his spoon. Did I say spoon? I meant, Look, friend, if he isn't missing it, don't mention it, alright? How should this one know? He spent so many long hours at the forge. It would be impossible to tell. If you ask him, though, Well has been acting suspiciously lately. Well has a stash in that strong box of his, Khajiit is sure. Probably stolen things from this one and Lucius. Yes, the elf is sure to know something.
Okay, the elf has a strong box, or like a little safe, probably. Let's ask him. Maybe he's going to be willing to maybe he can share it with us. We can share it with the class.
You don't look like a mercenary that read around would hire. How can I help you? Are you serious? Lucius is missing supplies? I'm missing 3 necklaces from a shipment. You should be questioning that Khajiit's Jasha, not me. That his strong box was pried open. The one in my strong box? There's no strong box. It doesn't matter. There is no strong box. You haven't heard anything. I am the victim here. Here, you drop these.
I see. Okay, there's no strong box, and there's never been one that's been pried open.
Huh? I thought I put it here somewhere.
Okay, I actually didn't pay attention. Talk to Lucius about the investigate the area. Okay. Now we need to investigate the area around it to find his missing supplies.
Khajiit washes his paws in innocence.
Yes, yes. Let's start with Lucius for a bit. Just see if... Oh, he doesn't want to say anything either. Does he? No, he doesn't. Okay. Yeah, then let's just, search around. Maybe we can find
Khajiit washes his paws in innocence.
I'm sure you do, buddy. Ah! I found a hawker. This might have been a hawker-shaped problem. And, ooh, the thief left another hawker-shaped problem here. The spigot, he mentioned that. His tankard, ooh, shiny. Shiny. Ooh, even more thieves. Aha, hawkers, I knew it. Ah, there they are. That's a unique item. Oh, look at that. The rat bite. Now we can kill the hawkers and also get their like stamina. How very fortunate for us. Yes, the hawkers bite. I'm sorry. I have no idea what a rat is. I know but I know a hawker when I see one.
Khajiit has just the wares for you, friend.
What do you want?
Oh yeah, I found you missing supplies. A group of hawkers stole them.
Skeevers?
No,
And
hawkers.
I thought that the cheese would smell bad enough to keep them at bay. Thank you for your contributions. They have been duly noted. As for compensation, I believe this should be plenty for your services.
What is this in the phone? I don't know, but I want to see if I can find something that does not exist here. Vel did mention it, after all. A model ship. Oh, how quaint. That's a custom asset for us. It's not the hawker ship, yeah. Let me just quickly check that it's... Okay, good. It is actually... For a second, I was concerned that it might have been like a Thieves Guild quest item, but it's not, which is good. Oops. Let's put the hawker back into, like, you know, its regular shape. There we go. Good as new. Oop. Don't want to go out that way. So we've dealt
What
with...
do you need, my good friend?
We've dealt with another hawker-shaped problem. Let's return to our hawker-shaped tent and have a wonderful hawker-filled dream. Okay, hang on. Just gonna check that maybe this one can bring us to the... No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay. We're here. Now we need to just like make detour to the healthy huts. Is that the right one? I'm being an idiot, aren't I? Yes. Okay. Let's load up some hawker-shaped goods. And have another look around the Isles then. Oh. At midnight. Oh, yeah, that might be a bit... I can make midnight, but not today. But not, not right now. You want to drop off any like hawker-shaped goods? wonder if Rex is still here. After all, we've now been living on this walk for a couple of days, so he should now be our overseer as well, by that logic, shouldn't he? See you somewhere? No. No, speaking of devil, there's Revner.
Ah, another Nord. If you need anything, just let me know.
I think I'm fine.
Try not to sneeze or cough near Quillan. He'll start to panic.
Keep that in mind. How good that I don't have any diseases right now. That's good. Good for me, good for him.
Oh, did you need something? I'm very busy, so please speak quickly.
No, I think we're good, aren't we? Let's see if we can find... Ah, there we go, Rex's.
Can't you see I'm engrossed at the moment? This better be important.
Can't find it.
Good, now that that's sorted. What was I saying again?
Couldn't tell you. But what we can do is check out the settlement stockpile another time. Just to see if everyone's still there. Because we haven't met one of the inhabitants in here. We haven't been chatting with Elitha yet, or with Eli. Is she here?
Another day, another bunch of needy mouths to feed.
A tower, right? Don't think we're... Oh, looking good.
My goods are hand-picked and fresh. There's everything a barely... All right then. Same time tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Welcome. I've got what I've got, whether you like it or not.
See. But yeah, so don't think I actually found it. We haven't seen Elitha yet. Should usually be here around us somewhere. Bees. But if that won't do, then we can just do a bit more exploration for the time being. Or we can give someone his peace of mind. Let's do that then. Oops.
Hey, you wouldn't have happened to see a... Never mind.
Okay.
What do you need?
Nothing.
Can't you see I'm engrossed at the moment? This better be important.
Okay, let's just see. Oh. Nothing else. Okay, just making sure that I actually step into the right boat here. So, someone has another hawker-shaped problem, and obviously we're going to deal with it.
Who's there? Ah, it's you. I hope you weren't followed.
No, never.
What? Likely. And when he turns them in? Hansi's balls, I need a plan for that now. I see what's going on. How much did he pay you to tell me that?
Okay.
Don't speak to Thalon. He'll probably write a report on you behind your back.
So, Lydia wants us to... Let's help. Meet him in the garden. Yeah. Maybe I should wait a bit, because he did mention midnight. There you go.
Last Sundas, I was testing the red and green Nernroot fireworks to send a subtle love declaration to my Isolota. As I stood there on the eastern coast, I spotted Thalon doing the most odd thing yet. He bathed in hot pools, stayed there for a good few hours, had his papers with him and seemed to enjoy himself. I might have seen wrong, but I think he even wrapped himself in some mixture. And his books as well. The pools are not meant to be used yet. Why would he do such a thing, unless he's counting on a promotion? A sloppily mixed Palmer blue is a problem. This, my friend, is an over-distilled, potent aversion of fire. Catastrophic, if not handled.
And poker-shaped.
Will you help me out? The only thing you have to do is search Thalon's room when he isn't there. See if you can find any incriminating information and bring it to me, or just get rid of it. You need to search the bookcases and maybe even his bed. Hansi's breath. He will probably be hugging the papers while sleeping. There's not many of these Isles who have some sense left in them. But you're different. Us, sensible ones, need to stick together. Thalon isn't in his room until late in the evening. Going in either in the afternoon or late at night's your best option.
Okay. We'll make another quick save. Just be sure, because, you know, this is the guy we're talking about. And now he wants us to search Thalon's room, which is this little thing here.
Don't mind me here. You can be as loud as a drunk Nord. It might surprise you, but this isn't a library. Makes me wonder what you were hoping to find in here, I think you're barking up the wrong tree. I'll do you a favor and overlook that you invaded my privacy, since who's the dear put you up to it. You may tell the sorry sap what he wants to hear. You get your reward, and I get to once again read in peace. Be smart about it.
See? I am smart because I don't get diseases. Okay, but let's actually ask, the chat, the others, what do you want to have? Do we want to go with Thalon's proposition, or do we want to, investigate further? Okay, we want to be nosy, and let's be just a bit more nosy then.
Are you this suspicious of every Ultima that outclasses every backwater mage in the north? Quite the infectious thing. Stupidity, that is.
I know, right? It's like a disease. Oh.
Are you satisfied now? Is this really something worth killing for? Or is it that you enjoy spilling guts alongside chaos? Phew, I'm glad you got back to your senses. You may tell the sorry sap what he wants to hear. You get your reward, and I get to once again read in peace. Be smart about it. Come on, speak. I don't bite. Lethally. Do I look like a Bosma to you? If you happen to stumble across any books while exploring the Isles, don't flip the pages too much.
It's chilly out here. And? What happened? You need to tell me. Alright, that sounds like a safe option, if somewhat unexpected. You've really done me a personal favor there. Thank you, friend. I don't really need to know all the details of what happened. Just knowing that this is done gives me peace of mind. Here, you've really earned more than this, but it's what I can spare.
And we've gotten his peace of mind. Well, so that is up to no good, but I think the Empire Company would like to, have someone around with like a bit of magic. Magic. Hawker-shaped magic, but magic nonetheless. So, there's 2 more quests that need doing here. And let's get them started. Let's have a tiny bit of another sleep, because, it is 3 AM, and, well, hardworking people that work daily on the spa, they do need their beauty sleep. Also want to check. Okay. Let's see if we can have another chat with like Rexus. If he's here. Is he overseeing the work again? No, he's not. Ah, shame. It's a good work. Good one to oversee.
Pelagius Septim once said, "A wise king rules now, reads later." So, you can leave your reports over there. Well, now that you mention it, how long has it been since I've seen Quilon shambling about? By oblivion, it's been days. Must have mixed a bad mushroom into his potions again. Why don't you, pinpoint the man for me. Send him my way so I can give him a real tongue lashing. Start with Revna. If she even speaks too firmly in his direction, the man faints. Not conducive to a good workplace. It wouldn't surprise me if Quilon got on her bad side and ended up in a ditch nearby. Again, heard them arguing about something or other recently. And of course, Rindel Nocturus once said, "Strike where your enemy is not." Feel free to check his room while he's gone.
So, we started the worst case scenario, to just see where Quillen might have shuffled off to. I might know.
Why would Quillan ask if I lost those ingredients of his? Of course I haven't. Oh, hello. Oh, I don't know. He's probably around here somewhere, but it's not like I would know. No. Well, you see, we did argue. But that doesn't mean I know where he is. Oh, well, alright, there's no way I'm gonna talk my way out of this. I know where Quillan went. He's inside of Wrestleret's Rest. Now, I would go in there to get him myself, but there's a Gehennoth in there. Yes, a horrible one. It has this rough fur that bends across its body, and these evil eyes that can paralyze you with fear. Its horns are like a dead rust that twist into the sky. They call it a Gehennoth. Rexus might know more about it.
I thought that.
I may be a Nord, but there is no way I'm going to fight that thing. You, however, you look brave enough to slay the beast. Here's the key to open the tomb. I hope you kill it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I am going to relax at the spa.
Aha. So, we have to deal with another Hawker-shaped problem. Let's do that then. Okay, for us, it's just around the corner. So Quillan has gone off into Result's Rest, and we're gonna fetch him. Ooh, more Hawkers.
Hello? Who? Please help me. Over here.
Look at that.
Oh, yes. Quillian. Quillian Tinius. That's my name. I'd almost forgotten. I've been in this awful place so long. Stuck next to a rotting corpse. I fear I may be ill beyond repair.
Ah, I see.
Periite little demons have gotten into my head already. I entered this cursed pit searching for the papers Revna lost. Then this disease-ridden skeever sprang out of nowhere. It chased me everywhere. I ran to this room, and I think there was some mechanism in the doorway that locked me in here. Luckily, the door fell right on the skeever. No, I would never. But perhaps I did. The days and nights. You can't keep them apart in here. I was so hungry. I think I was delirious. Yes, that must have been it. I don't remember. Oh, Mara, protect me from that skeever's diseases. Please, get me out of here. I knew it. It's only a matter of time before they take over my whole body. You must get me out of here. Please. Thank the divines. You truly are a manifestation of Mars' mercy. I will forever be in your debt. What? The brave hero can't figure it out? Well, perhaps there's a lever key nearby. I think I saw a lever somewhere, but thought best to avoid it. You know how these ruins are with their traps.
Yes. Quite deadly for both Hawkers and Hawkers. Let's see if we can find ourselves a lever. To pull the lever. Ah. Nope, close enough.
A thousand thanks to you, friend. I must get back to my instruments as quickly as I can to heal myself. This cannot go on any longer. Will you continue on and find the designs? I would be ever so grateful. Remember to keep warm. Just Toad don't want anyone catching a cold.
Anything interesting? Let's see if there's anything interesting down here. Ooh. 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 But yeah, so this is the second dungeon, Selfrid's Rest. And those of you who have read way too much about Nordic lore and mythology may know of a certain Selfrid who pops up in a certain text somewhere. It seems like it's his rest. So, Quinn has given us a key, and the key belongs to a door. Ah, yes, a Hawker-shaped problem. Let's go with Hawker bite again. Okay, just for our sake. That way we, I can, you know, see. That way we can see the beauty of this dungeon, without me having to carry on the torch all the time. Ooh. Aha, there was another Hawker. What is it? It's defeating the purpose of it, isn't it? Make it a bit more moody. Ah, yes. The designs. Ah, yes. It contains the detailed construction plans for the spa. Good to know. And lastly, we can also just deal with the Gehenna. Oh, okay. This might be the right way forward. Who knows? It is not. Fantastic. But now we know this temple is very trap heavy. Ooh. Yoink. Hello, Hawker. Yes, it's a Hawker. He was carrying on Hawker meat. We'll do some dungeon delving while we're at it. Because, well, why not? Oh. That was close. Let's go a different way. Like this way. They've been very thorough with their traps. Any air pockets would be much appreciated right now. Ah. Like this one. Oh. Okay, this doesn't seem like the proper way forward. Let's try a different route. Ooh. Aha, found more hawkers. So, that's a really dead hawker. That's not a dead hawker. That's a very well placed trap. Oh yeah, it's not just a fork, it's Shaw's fork. And it kills hawkers very well. See? They always stop hawker meat. What the way back? Ah yes! Hawkers! Very dangerous ones. Oh dear God. Okay, that won't work. Ah, there we go. Aha! Found the hawker. The Zenith. Let's see with them. You see, hyenas are very dangerous, especially with their spiraling horns. Another Zenith. Ah, they're a dime a dozen. Who do we have here? Let's go with... So, you know, because obviously, like, a boss fight is coming on. Let's try to even out the odds a bit. Wait. Let's try that again. I wasn't really imagining the forks suddenly turning invisible. It's a bit odd. Oh. I lost the fork, didn't I? There it is. Okay. Yeah. So the forks turn illusory, and I've got no clue what to do about that one. So just go like a regular axe. See? Works just as well. Those young hawkers. Let's use this to heal ourselves. Let's go with this one because we're currently having an axe equipped. Ooh, lovely. Health. It's very important. And there we go. We've defeated Rum Drummer resells it, and we've earned the Rum Drummer's Rumstick. That isn't cute. It's like a, yeah. Let's see, where's the way out? Oh, hello, Eskimo. So, for those that have not read up on the very, very obscure part of lore, there actually exists a document that lists all 500 of Eskimo's companions, and among them there was a certain Rum Drummer resulted. Yeah, the Rumstick has some very fun powers. Which unfortunately didn't trigger during the fight itself. But let's make our way out of this Tomb of a Companion. And into the next and last quest this evening. Hello, Hawker. But yeah, wait, I should actually showcase the drumstick. The Rumstick, sorry. It's also a custom model, and as you can see, it's a warhorn on a stick. Therefore, a rumstick, because the warhorn could have carried some rum. Very powerful tool in the right circumstances. But let's return back to Rexus and report back on the, like, you know, whole Quillen thing. And while I'm at it, I should check up on him because I am not tired, but diseased, and let's see how he reacts to that. Where did I go in here? Hello.
Another day, another bunch of needy mouths to feed.
Let's see if the co-worker, no, it's not. Ah.
Everything on these isles comes through me first.
I see. Just want to figure out where actually the...
You look like a hard worker. Hope you don't prove me wrong.
Yes. Still haven't found Elethe. Where do I gotta go in the volcanic springs in Windhelm? South of Kynesgrove. there's a little, what would you call it? There's a world encounter there. It's a hot spring with a like Nordic rib in it, like one of those big Nordic tomb assets. And in vanilla, usually there's an ambush by 2 necromancers. It's the same pool, just like a couple of paces away. Alternatively, you can also still just go to the East Empire Company warehouse at the Windhelm docks. There's Revna. Let's see if Rexus is there. Oh, he is. Will you look at that?
Can't you see I'm engrossed at the...
Yeah.
Congratulations! 2 birds in the bush are killed with only 1 hand, they say. At least, I'm assuming you only use 1 hand. Anyway, what happened to the Gehennoth?
The Gehennoth were just goats. Sorry, the Hawker was another Hawker.
Curses, really? I was hoping a live Gehennoth would put the Isles on the map. I think they're covered by a compass on the one I have. Here's a bit of gold for your troubles. More if you help out a bit more around here.
Okay, let's try to... We've resolved the worst case scenario. Let's see if we can trigger the last quest. I'd say we go into the settlement stockpile at night, because that's a higher... Oh, let's just chat with Quillian real quick while we're diseased. I think we're diseased, right? Yes, we've got the rattles. Hello.
That's close enough. What is it you want?
Okay, nothing. Oh.
Yes, well, goodbye. Perhaps you should check in with Rexus if you haven't already. He's the overseer for Harthstone.
Yeah, we've gone through the worst case scenario. Now let's just have like a little well-deserved nap. Let's see if we can trigger the last quest now. There's still a bit more to explore, but I think that is something that you can explore for yourself. Because I did hear that like the big Nordic tomb all over there, it's a really big one, so you should take some time with you. Or, you know, you should take some time and then see what you can do there.
My goods are hand-picked and freshly delivered. Sort of.
Let's see if we can trigger it here. Is he left here around? Okay, she should be like sleeping in her bed. That's a bit odd. She's not here either, is she? Let's just, you know, let's check that she's not, I don't know, locked in somewhere. Because I have literally no idea how where to actually look for her. Oh, good God, this is a master lock. Oh. Ha! She's not here, is she? No. How odd. Okay. Oops. Okay, now that's a bit awkward. I do admit, because I've got no clue where Elethi is. Let's try. Let's help a bit. Let's help ourselves a bit.
A new face! I have standards. It is in your best interest to live up to them. What kind of question is that? Is your eyesight well, or do you need me to describe myself? After all, it is not hard to notice someone superior. Tall, long dark hair, clear skin and well educated, though I suppose commoners like you can guess that without even a glance. I was sent by the College of the Saphiarchs with a group of students in order to explore the Isles and gather important information. Unfortunately, my pupils decided to take the earliest ship back to Alinor after arriving here. Seems like they got overwhelmed, which I am not surprised about. It takes a special kind of mind to be receptive to grand knowledge. Ah, yes, my skittish pupils. They left just a couple of days into the excursion. This won't do. I won't allow the Saphiarchs to stoop to a level comparable with your magical institutions created by the mannish races. But as long as we are more prestigious as that filthy College of Winterhold, everything is right in the world. I suppose they had better things to do, like getting drunk on ale, or taking moon sugar, or whatever young ones do these days. Well, is that not what the new generation is thinking about all day? It feels like all I see in Alinor these days are young addicts. It is honestly disappointing, losing themselves like this. The entire world beyond their comprehension, and they prefer to dumb themselves down like this. I cannot disapprove of it enough. It is home to us Saphiarchs. It is a sagely order considered by many to be Alinor's foremost scholars and finest magical minds. Alongside the Psijics, we are an ancient order that, on a daily basis, deals with matters more important than anything you could hope to see. Even the oh-so-powerful mages of the mainland, like Shalendor, would be nothing more than a mere novice compared to a Saphiarch. I am more than a mere mage. I am a leading researcher and associate of the Saphiarchs. And if you must know, I have direct contacts to the judiciary. Simply casting spells could make you a mage. I am way above that. Excuse me, look around you. This place is a gold mine for minds like me. Tons of knowledge to be discovered. The college sent me here because I'm the only one who can reliably conduct all of the research. I will not take such insults from you. Isolota, yes. She took me in when I arrived from Alinor. She's a hard-working woman. I respect that. I am not going to lie, though. She struggles to understand that one cannot run on meat alone. Which would be baffling to anyone who has at least some understanding of the importance of nutrition. She strictly eats only meat. It is almost as if she does not know what vegetables are. She even stutters when she tries to pronounce the word. However, her treats are undeniably delicious. Right, yes. They all leave when there is so much to learn. But what else can you expect?
I'd expect from such an accomplished scholar that they would pronounce the sapiarchs correctly. But don't tell that I said that. Let's see if we can get the final quest somehow started. As far as I'm aware, I need to just, witness a scene here. But I'm not sure if it's triggering. Oh, I'm being asked to leave, I see. Let's wait a bit longer. Hello, Quillen. Yes, I know it's close enough.
That's close enough. What is it you want?
Nothing. Okay, that's not working, but anything is here. Oh.
The College of the Sapiarchs values knowledge. I am here to expand on mine.
That's what I get for placing on another one. But twice the LAP might be able to make it twice.
You know, I could teach you a few things in the kitchen.
A cookery? Me? I hardly think so, dear.
There's more to life than books, smells, and studying, Alita. Come on, let me show you how to skin a boar. It'll be fun.
Sounds delightful. But I think I'll pass on this occasion. I'm at a crucial stage in my research.
Fine. You don't know what you're missing.
Okay. Does that work? Did that work?
What'll it be? I've got work to do.
Yeah, so the scene's made in. I just wasn't sure if it's...
What is it? I cannot
Okay.
wait for my students to fail all of their upcoming assignments. How foolish of them to leave.
Let's see if we can trigger the... The scene should trigger around here somewhere, but... Oh. Double trouble. Maybe if we can get rid of one of them. Hold on. Oh.
What are we going to do? Do you know what will happen if this gets out?
What is
We'll
it?
never hear the end of it.
Calm yourself, Yusa. They are all too lacking in the brain development.
Let's just really get rid of her again.
I've even realized, as you well know. Still, we don't want to draw too much attention to this, do we?
Yes, you're right. Still, when I find out who did this, they won't eat for weeks. Someone on this island must know something.
The peons on this island know nothing, Isolota. It is both a curse and a blessing. We will get to the bottom of it. Do not worry. Now, I must get back to my studies.
Aha! There we go. Now it works. Fantastic.
Oh, I didn't see you there. That's unlike me. I've been, let's call it, busy. Arguing? Ugh, you've got it all wrong. Alita and I don't argue. She's the only one worth my time on these isles. Though that's what got us into this mess. A shared love. Something we can't talk about out loud. Again, you have no idea. We're both bound by a secret desire for pies. If word got out, there'd be chaos. Fruit pies, plural, cloth is. We're the only ones who get to eat them, or so we thought. We're the victims of a heist. Some thieving dog has discovered our secret and wants us to pay. Elita and I kept a stash of fruit pies. If the others would be more useful, they might have gotten some too. We say that's not our problem. Those sweet dishes are just a reward for all our efforts with these simpletons. Maybe. Still, someone must have found us out. I went to check our supplies this morning, and the secret stash was gone. Nothing left but sugared crumbs and the stench of theft. Someone knows our secret, and they ate our pies. Vengeance will be mine. If you will help me, that is. Go talk to Elita if you want to help us catch the pie thief. She'll know what to do.
Aha! And now we are on to the last Ricochet problem. The pie heist.
That's close enough.
Yes.
What is it you want?
I want to talk to Lethe.
I cannot wait for my students to fail all of their upcoming assignments. How foolish of them to leave. Pies? Nonsense. Meat pies at best. She is very strict when it comes to food. That glutton told you about our little secret, did she not? I see. Well, as you might have already heard, this morning the stash was gone, and someone needs to find out who did this. Make yourself useful for once, and find them before anyone finds out. Right. I should have expected this from someone like you. Fine. I will give you a rundown of the place where I think someone could hide them. And I need to make it simple so that even the likes of you understand. Look near the spa. The big place with lots of hot water in it. The little rats swiped them from under our noses. Clearly, they must have been as powerful as the Sapiocs themselves. No other being would be able to move around Nirn itself without me noticing. I have given you everything I know. Now fetch the pies for me.
Right. Let's look near the spa and try to find the pies. You know, just another Ricochet problem for us to deal with. But a delicious Ricochet one. Aha, we found some wrappings, I suppose. But no food thief. Parkour. Let's check back with Isolata and just see what we can, you know, yeah. Let's just report back our findings. Or we could also just go to Lethe.
Well, any trace of our delicious crumbs and wrappers? That's impossible. When I left that area, it was so clean and spotless that even the VAR lines would pale in comparison. You doubt my proficiency with illusion magic. I'll have you know that even on Alinor, no one could... You should keep looking. That's all you're good for. So what if I did? I am a renowned scholar and your arcane superior. It is my duty to protect the pies so that none of these lazy and useless workers could have them. Lost them? I did not. I merely turned them so invisible that they vanished completely. I have found the pinnacle of illusion magic, to where not only the minds of the simple folk, that means you, but the entire world will be deceived. Fine, fine, I will tell you, sir. So don't give me that look. You won't get any pies, though. However, you may have this for your troubles. Sure, walk away. We will see what you gain from that.
So we found a food thief finally. Someone who thought that would be a really good idea to just, turn some pies invisible and then just lose them. Now, I'm actually curious to see if there's an actual scene following, because it's been 6 months and a bit. So my memory's a bit hazy despite me editing all these quests. Or, having like the final look through. So, if you... so, we're gonna have another like Zoom collaboration like this in a bit. And if you want to also, write some quests, write some dialogue, it's going to be all exciting. Let's see if...
Isolota, I have to be honest with you about something. Though it pains me greatly to admit it, I no longer have a choice. You see, it was me. I took the pies. The pies were necessary, though. I was working on an invisibility spell to make our secret stash even more secret. I made an error in my spell casting. I made the pies vanish instead of just becoming invisible.
Oh, you mean the pies that don't worry. We'll just get an even bigger stash next time. You can perfect your spell, and we'll have these morons eating rat ribs while we feast on fruit in front of them. No one will ever know.
Yes, no one will ever know. Except the guy who just, stood in front of that while they were talking about that. But yeah, so, as I was saying, this was now the last quest that we had in store for us today, or that we had in store today. There's still the entire rune of Harthstone out there. And then there's also a very secret isle just south of it. But, we'll keep that for you to explore. Until then, the next Zoom collaboration project will start sometime soon. It's going to be less than 6 months. So it will start in less than 6 months, hopefully. But you can already, mark your calendar, make like a little X in the calendar, and get ready for the Add Everyone ping in the AU once we are ready and all the elites have rested enough, because, oh God, we need our rest. We need... yeah, so everyone has worked tirelessly to complete this project. It's been 6 months and a bit, but it's been very fun 6 months and a bit. Let me just quickly... There you go. Oh, hang on. There you go. For like a proper goodbye screen. Oh. Alright. She's just casting spells. But yeah, if you're interested in joining the next student collaboration project as a developer, that means either as a writer, as a concept artist, as a 3D artist, as a level designer, as a voice actor, as an implementer, perhaps even as a sound designer. Stay tuned, stay in the AU, learn new stuff, and you'd be more than welcome next time around once we get to the... I think this would technically be student collaboration project number 5, but we don't speak about the first 2 ones. So it'd be the 3rd one. And you know what they say? The 3rd time's the charm. Right. And that's it. Yeah, the other 2 must not be named.